guys, it's Peter from PS Sound, and some of you might have seen the updates on the Facebook page that I've been using something new in the car now. But the previous video I shared on Facebook was a bit secrety because it was recorded in dark. It wasn't intentional, but then yeah, it became what it became, so people couldn't tell what speakers I was really using. I just mentioned that, you know, this is something new, something that I'm very, very happy with. So what's happening here in the Honda now? Well, let's keep it short. So basically, that was a car at the Eurofinals in March. Hans Schneppel's Volkswagen, which won Master Unlimited. And those guys who know Emma and know that class, they all know that class is the toughest one when it comes to sound quality. And to win that class is, you know, luck is not enough there. Previously, that class was won by the same person for several years. And then this year in March, for a big surprise for many people, it was won by someone else. And I've been following their work. So I got in contact with them. I met them at the German finals. That's actually, I have so much footage of, and I haven't even shared that yet. Yeah, one day I get there as well. And I had a chat with the person, Marco, who installed that car, and who's also developing with his business partner these drivers now, based on Accuton drivers. The mid-bass, yeah, tells you a lot, because that's the very same Accuton driver that I got for testing now, but the tweeter is already modified as a prototype for car audio use, because as we know, car audio is a tough environment, and most of Accuton drivers were designed for home audio use. And there's a huge difference when you use a driver where you may have, you know, 50-60 degrees difference between, you know, summer and winter conditions. So I listened to their car, Hans' car, at the German finals, and I was genuinely shocked what I heard. I shared a few pictures of it. I'm gonna put a link into the description, guys. Check out the pictures from the German finals, then you will see the first couple of pictures are showing the car that I'm talking about now. And they were using not the very exact same drivers like these, but a step above. So basically, these are the 32mm ceramic tweeters, but in that car they were using the diamond ones. And everything is still in you know, development as prototypes. Once they finish and finalize everything, yeah, those diamonds won't be cheap, that's for sure. But what I heard in that car was mind-blowing, simply mind-blowing. You know, those of you who've been to many competitions, sat in many cars which scored the best and win most times, you kind of know what you can expect from a car when it comes to the kit, the installation, the tuning and everything. And once you see the kit, you may make a preconception that, oh, this must be good, but well, quite often you don't get surprised, and rather the opposite. So we know that installation and tuning takes most of what the system sounds like, but what I heard in that car was genuinely unique, because I couldn't imagine that installation and tuning could take a system that far. Those who've sat in that car, judges as well, they all say that what those tweeters do in that car is magical. When you listen to the very same content, the competition disc, and then you start to debate whether, kind of doubt that, you know, is it a recording, really? The focus is so pinpoint accurate and so realistic that, yeah, I don't want to drag it too far, but basically, you know, I was sold on that. and I was interested in their drivers. So I feel very honored that they also felt like, you know, I'm worth it, I'm worth a try. So they send these drivers to me to test them, and I'm blown away, even by these ceramic tweeters and the mid bass as well. It's fantastic. These tweeters are so much more natural. The clarity on them is on a whole different scale. I had the Micro Precision Z series in the car before this for a few months, and honestly I can't say anything bad about those drivers. Those are probably one of the drivers that could be paired with pretty much anything in any system. Two-way, three-way, they do a fantastic job, and probably that's why they are so reputable. But then putting these in the car now, they just step up. It's not just a tiny difference. Not to me. I'm not on this system now. You know, I'm using fully digital source to the processor. I've got the latest Zepco AP range amplifier running the front end. So I can't really say that, you know, the kit would be lacking somewhere. And when you listen to the voices, let's say you listen to the F, the S, and all those sounds, they just sound so clear, where some of the tweeters get a bit, you know, sort of distorted. And even when after that, you know, I was talking to the guys and they were also saying, check out the distortion spec on that driver. That's not just made up. The distortion on these drivers is just so low that, yeah, crazy, absolute crazy. I was looking at these drivers, the Accuton drivers, the pure drivers for long, but you know, most of the times it's the case of, do you want to buy something else, something really expensive just to give it a go? And what if it doesn't work out? So, you know, yeah, I'm very lucky to be in this position that I could try these now. And they work beautifully. If I listen to, let's find something like a brass section. So dynamic. Trumpets have proper bite. Not too sure, you know, whether it's going to come through the recording, you know, recorded with the phone, and whatever your playback system is, but I'm sold, honestly. Yeah, of course, now some people may think that, you know, what about AP now? Pete, you sell AP, are you going to give the brand up now? No. AP is a fantastic, you know, manufacturer, and their value is great, but when it comes to the absolutes, and this car is about that, also what it's called the ultimate in-car sound experience, then, you know, it's not limited to any brand. You know, guys, you know, I've been using SB acoustic kick bass drivers. I had acoustic elegance, and then now I still have the FI in the back for infra sub range. There are so many different brands in this car that, you know, just because now I have a different brand in the car, it doesn't mean that I wouldn't support any other brands. If something works, it just works. mid bass as well. Oh yeah, well, I had the AP 6.38 in the enclosures before, and they were fantastic. They could play up to, you know, 7-8K, but I didn't need that very top end extension on them. But what these drivers do, because they have better specs for this application, they feel happier in a smaller enclosure. I don't have such a big peak in between 200 and 400 Hertz, so I have way less to deal with. The AP needed bigger enclosure slightly, and yes, it comes through the measurements. You know, specs dictate. These drivers have the QTC 0.7 in 6-liter enclosures. So now in these 12-liter enclosures, the QTC is down at 0.5, so they don't cause such a big peak as with the AP before, because I think the 0.7 QTC was around 12 or 13 liters where the enclosure is. But it resulted in a higher peak, especially in that location where they are now. So that mid-bass driver also works better now in this case. I'm interested what those drivers would do down in the kick bass enclosures in the doors. If I have time, I may try them. Yes, they are only 6.5-inch drivers, but with fantastic specs, so it could be interesting what they would behave like down there. We will see. So yeah, if you're interested in these drivers, if you want to know a little bit more about them, drop me a line. You can also find the guys at SCS Caraudio Systems. Check them out on Facebook. I'm gonna put a link in the description so you can easily find them and see what those guys do. And also, I may have to show you something else in the back of the boot. Those who follow my Facebook pages, then you could see that I have advertised my Zapco amps, the old ones. Well, not old, they are only 2 years old. So, oops. So yeah, I would happily find a new owner for the limited edition Z series amps I have, because they work perfectly, you know, and they help me to achieve 2 UK Championship titles as well as 1 European Finals Championship title. I've never had a single issue with them, and all those people who sat in the car know that they are just, you know, so dynamic, even at really loud listening levels, and that's been probably the major part of my system to get that. I still love, you know, live listening levels at times, and if you want to have that dynamics and clarity at high levels, then these Zapco amps don't struggle at all. I'm going to show you in a second. I go to the back of the boot and I show the amps, but I think it might be worth to show a bit of this track. This is from the third disc from Delhi, the Delhi collection. It's really worth to get that disc. It's like the reference collection. So yeah, I really like what I'm hearing. Now I just have to find the final location for the tweeters, finalize the enclosures before trimming, because now, you know, the tweeters have just been banged in with sort of adjustable solution. Really easy to adjust the angles and the position with that ball joint. But yeah, it's not really the final location. Or like another music genre that maybe not many of you listen to, but when it comes to rock and really complex, you know, drum sessions, guitars, then some tweeters can struggle big time. Which one is that? The next track, yeah.
Seen the color of my father's eyes. Yes, I dwell in hell, but it's a hell that I can grip. I tried to grip my family, but I slipped to escape from the pain in an existence mundane. I got a 9, a sign, a set, and now I got a name. Read my writing on the wall.
Yeah, these drivers don't get stressed. This wasn't a crazy listening level, just moderate listening level, but it's so easy to differentiate the instruments. It doesn't get messy like some other drivers. And I'm not meaning the micro precision, because that was doing really well as well. But just saying, you know, big difference. So let's see the back of the boot. What's happening over there now? Whether we find something else to put on. I have just way too much music. All right, so. So if any of you is interested in these amps, then drop me a line. But it's the ARCO Z 150.4 LE, and the 2 channel underneath it, as well as I've got the Z 400.2 in the back, if you can see anything. So those 3 amps are in mint condition with all the paperwork, and you know, until they are in the car, I can happily demo them to you. So yeah, this is where the car is now at the moment. Feel free to comment, guys, share the video, ask any questions. If you're not subscribed, you know what to do, and yeah, see you on the next one.